CNBC Crypto Trader has obtained exclusive information that points to the fact that Coinbase is raising $500 million on a valuation of, get this, $8 billion. From what we understand, from a source that's close to the company but doesn't actually work at Coinbase, Coinbase is raising $500 million in 2 rounds, one of preferred equity and one of common stock. Now, let's look at the numbers that make up this valuation. So the valuation is between $7.2 and $8 billion. Today, Coinbase are said to have 25 million accounts, of which only 7 million accounts have got some balance of fiat and crypto. And of those, 600,000 accounts trade every single month on Coinbase. Let's look at the market shares. Even though Coinbase is available in 33 countries, on most of those countries, you can't trade using fiat, and there's no fiat on-ramps and off-ramps, which means it's only crypto to crypto, if any type of trading at all. They claim that in the US, they have an 80% market share of fiat to crypto transactions and a 75% market share of crypto to crypto transactions. Now, the numbers, the revenue numbers, which are probably the most important numbers. Coinbase claimed to have done $90 million revenue last quarter. Their biggest quarter ever was, no surprise, Q4 of 2017, when they did $450 million. Let's look at where their revenue is coming from. 80% of their revenue is coming from their consumer business. 15% of their revenue is coming from their institutional business, and 5% of their revenue is coming from their ancillary services. Now, if you look at those numbers, it kind of means that there's probably a lot of growth potential for Coinbase, who are rumored to be starting a custodian solution soon and a whole lot of other products for institutional investors. I caught up with Adam Draper, who was one of the original investors in Coinbase. He bought in at $10 million, and I'm going to ask him whether he's a seller or a buyer at $8 billion. Adam, when you first invested in Coinbase, why did you invest in Coinbase?
That is a great question. I met Brian Armstrong at a coffee shop, and then I hadn't even heard about what Bitcoin was. And he said, the one thing he said that defined my next 7 years of my career was, at some point, the world is going to be on one financial infrastructure.